Hi there, everyone. My name is Sam Fletcher. I am the instructor for the course that you are now in, which is Psych 101. This is actually a lot of fun. This class is an overall introduction to psychology, uh, looking at some of the foundational pieces. So we'll be looking at everything from a little bit of the biology and things that goes on inside the brain, to how drugs can affect us, to sleep, to memory and senses, and all of these different things. So it's a pretty diverse course. Um, in this video, I'm going to talk about kind of how to get around basically in the course within D2L here, um, and kind of what to expect in the course. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that, and we'll go from there. So first off, you're going to have a home page in D2L, which is what you're probably watching this video on right now. So it'll be also posted in one other area, which I will mention when we get to that. On the home page, we have the announcements, which is the very first thing you're going to see, which is where you're probably watching this video, like I said. The announcements is something important to keep an eye on because that is where any updates and things like that I find. If there's additional information that I come across that I want you all to see, I will post it there on the announcement. So keep an eye on that. Some other things to be aware of on the homepage are going to be things like the calendar. For a quick reference of what is expected of you this upcoming week as far as what to turn in, you can check the calendar to kind of see what's coming up, what's due, and when it is due. Okay. A couple other tools on here that are worth noting are like the Net Tutor. You have access to free tutoring here on through the online, utilizing that access point there. You can access your Navigate, and there's also the information for the disability resources at the bottom. If you have any kind of disability, whether that be physical, learning disability, whatever the case may be, even temporary. Let's say something happens and you break your arm or something, or break your hand and you can't type, so you need some additional help. Disability resources is who you can reach out to get that additional aid. So if you have anything like that and you have any needs, I'd highly recommend getting that. Basically just contacting them and checking in to see if there's anything that they can do to help you out. Okay. One other quick note here on the homepage, I have the textbook information. So for this class, you are going to need the Exploring Psychology in Modules course book. I give you all the information there. If you'd like a hard copy, they have those at the PCC library or at the PCC bookstore. But you might also look at getting a digital copy since you are here in the digital world right now with the online classes. So if you prefer that, that's also available. I give you all the information, the ISBN number and everything, so that way you can find it relatively easily, hopefully. Okay. Sometimes you can find it cheaper online too, so it's worth checking out, like Amazon and some of those different things. So that's everything that's on the homepage. That's going to be the first thing you're checking out. The Content tab, which is located in the top, I think this is, can't remember, it reverses me on the camera. But anyway, top right corner, you'll find the content information, and that's going to be where you're going to find the vast majority of what you're going to need for this course. So in there you can find more information about me, in the instructor contact information section. I'll have some information about me as well as how to get a hold of me. Best way to get a hold of me is through the messages here on D2L. So there's like up at the top left corner, there is a little envelope or it looks like a little envelope. Click on that and it works just like email. So just look for me. You can also access that through the course or class list. You should be able to find my information there to message me if you need to. If for some reason the D2L Messenger isn't working, which that has happened a couple times in the past to a few students, first off, I would get a hold of IT to see if they can help you. But if not, you can also email me through my work email, which is samuel.fletcher@pueblocc.edu. That's also found in the instructor contact information. With that, you cannot message me on that email through D2L. You will need to use your student email, which you should be able to access through your portal. Okay. It's also important you check that because that's going to be where the school sends you important information on like financial aid and all that kind of stuff. So just a heads up there. Okay. So instructor contact information, good to go there. The next thing you want to look at is the Start Here section. In there, I have a number of resources that you can utilize to help you as a student, including some links to tools that are available to you, It's like the Learning Center, the tutoring that's available to you both online and in person on campus, TRIO student support services and the TRIO information. Amazing resource. I used to work for them, and so that's something that you might want to check out. I can give you more information on that later. Disability resources and tech support, so if you have any questions on that. Beyond that, I have additional information on APA writing styles in there. So the papers in this class are going to be APA formatted, so that is important that you understand kind of how that works. I will include some videos in the paper descriptions that also kind of go through that and talk about that a little bit. But make sure you check that out. I also have some information on how to read more efficiently. Basically, reading a college textbook is not the same as reading like your favorite novels. And because of that, there's some different techniques that you can use to basically be a better reader, where you can get more information more quickly utilizing them. They're really solid. Another really good resource in there is that Study Less, Study Smart. Great, about an hour-long talk by a professor that really gives you some good tools on how to be the best student you possibly can be. If you don't want to spend an hour watching it, I also give a 6-minute, or I provide a 6-minute summary through College Info Geek. Kind of gives you the main key points of that overall talk. So yeah, but check out the Start Here. Next bit you're going to want to check out or need to check out is the course information. In there, I give you all the information for things like the drop dates, withdrawal date. Remember, drop date means that it disappears from your information as if it never happened. Withdraw means that you attempted the class and chose to pull out partway through. Okay. If you have questions about that, I highly recommend reaching out to your advisors there on campus, either through calling, texting, or going in person, and they can kind of give you the details of what that looks like and how that works. Course information, though, is also going to be where you find the syllabus, which I need you to look through. Okay, you take a quick glance at it, read through it, see if there's any questions or anything. If it makes sense and you agree to it, take the little syllabus quiz, which will come open after you open up the syllabus. The syllabus quiz is worth 5 points extra credit. Okay, and basically it's a true or false question. It just says that you agree, that you read it and agree to it. True. You get true, you get 5 points extra credit. It is the only extra credit points that I guarantee in the course. So I may or may not add some additional ones later. Generally, I don't. This is generally it. Okay, so just a heads up there. Below course information, still within the content, is going to be the information for paper 1 and paper 2. Those are going to be for you to just kind of look through. There's a video in each of those also that goes through more in depth of kind of what to expect in them. Okay. And then finally, within the content, these are all found on the left side as you scroll down. You'll get each week's information available to you. So first we have week 1. You'll have the modules that are open for that week. The modules are going to be from the book, so you're going to kind of see what to read that week. But I also will have lectures in there, so you can watch the lectures at your own in your own times. Once you've watched the lecture, there's a quiz. You take the little quiz, and it's answering questions that I give you the information from them throughout the lectures. Okay, so there'll be different facts and things, and I point out that this is the information. Basically, it's just a way to make sure that you are watching those lectures. I also include the PowerPoint in those, so that way you can have access to basically my class notes, my lecture notes that I teach off of, if that helps you in your studies. Within each week, beyond that information, I will also include some additional videos and where you can find the discussion. So above and beyond that information that you're kind of doing and reading through your textbook, you will also be participating in a discussion through the chat, basically where you write a little thing to the given discussion prompt. Okay. Each of the discussions will require you to write your own initial discussion and then 2 responses to your classmates. So yeah, and that's essentially how that's going to look. Okay. The module quizzes, so the ones that are over the lecture, are worth 5 points each. There's also going to be vocabulary quizzes over the book, so you'll need the book so that way you can read through it and get the vocabulary words out of it. Okay, vocabulary quizzes are also worth 5 points for each module. So yeah, trying to think of what else I was going to say on that one. Oh, both those quizzes, all of my quizzes and tests, I have no timer. It's open book, open note. And so there, I hope my goal with that is to basically make them as stress-free as possible for you. It's really just a way for me to check and make sure that you're reading the readings as well as watching the lectures. Okay. The discussions will be worth 30 points total. So 20 points will be available to you for the first discussion, your initial post, and then 5 points for each of the 2 additional discussion posts where you're responding to your classmates. If you do more than that, awesome. I mean, that's great. You know, I love it when you have people that are like really get a discussion going and get a lot of information out there. But you don't have to. Like you do have to do at least 2, but you don't have to do more than that if you don't want to. Each week, that information will come open to you for the given week. The final week, there will also be a final test, which is basically going to be just like the weekly quizzes, but bigger. Okay, so it's going to be vocabulary covering all of the modules that we go through over the course of the semester. It is 50 questions. Each question is worth 2 points, so a total of a possible 100 points for that final test. Still no timer, still open book, open note. But yeah, and basically that'll be the end of that for that. And I'll give you more information as the semester goes. Or if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me and make sure that you understand what's going on basically. Another quick note: make sure that you get on here. Right, you're on here right now, but make sure you get on and do something that is gradable before the drop date. Okay. I am required, if you just sign in and basically look around but don't do anything in the course, I am required to drop you as a no-show by the drop date. So you can find that date in the content underneath the course information. So make sure you're checking that and getting something done before the drop date. It's usually a week or 2 into the semester, so just to be aware of that. Okay. Like I said, if you have questions, reach out to me. You can reach out to me through the messenger, like I said, here on D2L. You can also email me if that doesn't work for some reason. You can also reach out to me through the discussions here in D2L. I have a section. If you have just like a quick general question or something, there is a discussion called questions and comments. And so you can get on there and ask a question, or if you have a thought or something that you'd like. With that, if it's a quick question or something about like maybe the technology or something, it's a good way to get some feedback from potentially your fellow classmates. Besides just me, just in case. So that way, if you're like, man, he's not getting back to me right away, and I need it like now, that might be a way to reach out to some other people and get some extra help. Okay. Beyond that, just make sure you're getting on regularly. Okay. With the online format, it really is important that you get on at least a few times. I'd recommend every day during the week, but at least a few times during the week to be checking in, seeing if there's any updates, see what needs to be done, and then go from there. All right. So yes, good luck with everything. I will be interacting with you throughout the semester. I'm really excited about this. This is, again, Psych 101 is a really fun course to go through. So I think you'll find this enjoyable, as well as informative and hopefully useful in your overall understanding of humanity and maybe understanding of yourself. So until further ado, I will see you as the semester continues. Have a wonderful day. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you later.